Okay guys, welcome. How are we all doing today? Welcome, good morning, good afternoon, as always. Very good evening. To those of you wherever you are around the world, Mr. Tommy Jordan, I know where you are, so good morning to you. Hope it's been a good week. Obviously, massive news yesterday. Definitely the charts, it shake the charts a fair bit, obviously, looking at GJ especially. Gold, pretty much all the majors shat the bed yesterday. GU, EU, AU, basically all the majors off the back of the news. So just briefly, the news came out as well, more than what the forecast was. So it actually means that CPI obviously went up, which means that inflation really isn't coming down anytime soon. So what that would suggest is there's not likely to be any rate cut anytime soon, to be honest, especially what with the rhetoric at the start of the year being up to 6 rate cuts. I highly doubt that at the moment if CPI keeps going up. So what that would mean is, obviously, if rates remain the same, don't go down, that's good for the currency strength of the US dollar. So hence why those majors shat the bed yesterday. So will it continue today? We'll have to see. So obviously not a great deal going on during the Asian session. Nonetheless, we will prepare ourselves for what's to come during London session. Just back to the news, we've got some more news to come later today, especially for the euro and US dollar. Obviously, it's been a lot of high impact news for the euro this week as well. So we've got the monetary policy statement coming out just before the US news, so be very cautious of that if you do trade EU or any of the euro pairs. And obviously core PPI, once again, this will have an impact because PPI is about the price, well, the price of consumer goods, the cost of consumer goods, so changing price of finished goods. So obviously with CPI going up, what that, in my personal opinion, what I would think is likely the cost of producing goods would have gone up as well. So so that again would mean I don't think there's going to be any interest rate cuts anytime soon. So potential further strength for the US dollar moving forward, just something to be wary of. All right, and enough of that, because you guys know I'm not huge on fundamentals. Definitely getting better though. Apologies if the background, if you can hear bloody lawnmower, whippersnipper. There's a gunner next door, backyard. Pain in the ass, isn't it? But I'm not sure if you guys can hear it through the microphone anyway. But nonetheless, it's putting me off, to be honest. I can barely hear myself speak. But without further ado, I will get cracking with the analysis moving forward. Starting with, as always, GJ. We'll look at gold. Also, take a look at GU, possibly EU and NAS at some point. So let's start with GJ. Really annoying, this noise. All right, so we've got the weekly candle is currently, it's in a pullback phase, so it's obviously still falling bullish, long wick to the upside. I can not even hear myself think. Really frustrating. So again, if we begin to continue to pull back, break supports form within this current weekly candle, then we could come down towards the current weekly candle's low. But as long as we respect supports on a minor time frame, that being the M30 and even a 4-hour time frame within this current candle, then we will likely form a support to head back up and potentially come back towards towards the high, not necessarily retest the high. We still could, but who knows. So we do have a high low high high nonetheless. Daily is still technically bullish. Current daily has no upper wick. Interesting. See what we've got above that level. No noise in the background. It's all good, man. It's just driving me nuts because I can barely, it's so loud for me, barely hear myself think. All right, so looking at the daily, so we've got no upper wick, so that's interesting. We'll see what we've got above that level. Current daily has obviously not, it's respected lows created, it's low wick, respected low of the previous daily. Structurally, we are technically bullish, so we'll see where, if we begin to flip, we'll see what we've got above that level. If we can look for potential buys above this level here, 192 flat, basically. All right, so on the 4 hour, it's a actual resistance. 4 hour structure wise, we still remain bullish. Nothing has changed from, again, this big impulse to the upside over here to the left. Anything in between, we are bullish. Previous candle did close back bullish. Current candle is less than an hour old. It's making it's made its lower wick. It's broken higher the previous, so let's see, maybe if it breaks its own high yet again, would there be some options? All right, so just gonna mark in resistance. I'm gonna use the bullish candle for now, and I'll see what we've got once we go down to the M30 time frame. All right, want to do that. Don't want to do that. So the M30 time frame, we can see yesterday it obviously flipped bearish with this massive sell-off. Obviously within the current daily candle, at the current daily candle open, it's at a 4 hour resistance. So therefore, once again, if we are to continue bearish, what we should do is respect that level. If we pop above it, now I've got a dog barking. If we pop above it, I would want to see price close above it, tap in and look for continuation. That would be, in my opinion, a good place to get involved in potential buys, albeit against the 30-minute structure, against that previous daily candle. But at that point, not only will we be breaking that breaking the current daily candle size, so flipping the current daily candle bullish, creating its upper wick, will be again closing above a strong level on the 4 hour resistance. So for that matter, I would consider buys above that level. I'm gonna use that just there. So definitely interesting buys above it, on a closure above it. Now, have we got the margin once the 4 hour begins to break its own high yet again? Let's just measure it quickly, guys. In anticipation, it's going to tap into that. Not really. Don't really have it. We'll see. I'll contemplate it. This zone is just, it's irritating me. I'm not too sure exactly where to connect it to. I don't really have a zone. I don't use that incorporate the bullish candle wick because it is a bullish candle, doesn't form resistance. What have we got in the 15? Let's just see. 15's at a level of resistance. Yeah, we'll see how we go anyway, but I'm likely going to wait for, see how price reacts to 192 flat. And if it rejects, possibly look for potential sells below it. So if we pull up towards, once again, to retest towards the current weekly candles high, current daily, sorry, candles high, and respect it, or even if we pop above it to flip it bullish briefly and create the upper wick, and then only to pull back below the range at 192, I would look for my potential sell options at that point there. Now, on the way up now, so we've bounced off the 4 hour support. We'll create a support in the 4 hour. What we've done on the pullback is we've formed support at this point just here. So as you guys often hear me say, if we are to continue bullish, what should we do? You guys should know this. Should respect support. We have no need to pop below it. We begin to drop below it, close below it, tap in, reject. Psychological round number 190, 180. I will be looking for my sell options to take it back down towards 190, 160. I think that'll be a good level to sell it. It is a support within the daily candle. Once again, support should be respected if we are continued bullish. If that is to be the case, what we'll likely do is pull back up and eventually retest this 192 sort of level. So I would definitely be considering my sell options below that level. Obviously, further buys from back at the support if price just melts and it gives me what I want to see back at that level of support. So we could just grab some more liquidity from that downside and potentially look for a buy option. DJ is looking promising. It's looking okay. We'll just have to wait and see where we are, probably in the next 15 minutes after this candle closes, next 14.5 minutes or so. That's GJ. Now let's look at the gold. Let's see what the gold's up to. So a few things here which now makes the sell options more probable. What we've got is, got the daily. Previous daily closed back bearish. So it's the first time I've had a high time frame candle, apart from this pause here. First time in a while that we've actually had a rejection, so candle closing bearish. But this case, so the one lower down, the 30-minute, all the structure was still bullish. But currently now we've flipped the 30-minute structure bearish. So we've got that on our side. We've pretty much rejected, well, it's not technically a level of a structural flip, but we've rejected a resistance formed within yesterday's candle. And we are once again looking like we're potentially going to come back down. We have levels of support to contend with. But nonetheless, we'll see what we've got. So looking at the weekly, starting weekly, we've got high, low, high, high. And it is pulling back. So it's forming a weak bullish candle currently. Onto the daily time frame. Once again, previous daily closed back bearish. Let's just mark in the low of the current daily candle. See what we've got once we go down to the 4-hour and M30. Structurally, we remain bullish. That won't change for quite a while just yet. Onto the 4-hour. And we do remain bullish in the 4-hour as well. Previous candle was pretty strong bullish candle. Could that mean further potential buys? Possibly. Gonna mark in, I'll find a mark in resistance. It's gonna be levels in between on the 30-minute. So I'll find something. As for support, gonna mark in the bearish candle. We'll see what we got on the M30. So it does line up. All right, I'm gonna just adjust this a little bit. They're gonna be my major zones. So this is the current daily candles low. Below that, we've got some pretty clean traffic. So I mean, that could be options for our potential sells. Just below the current support, well, just below the support formed, just above the current daily candles low. All right, looking at gold just now, we are breaking. What's the 15 look like? Got a support just here. Let's measure the margin. It is enough. Let's look at the 30 again. So the 30 is flipped bearish. I would say if we begin to pop below, close below support at 2,340 roughly, that could be an option to look for our sell to take back down to 2,335. There's about 50 pips within that level there. So again, similar to GJ, within the current daily candle on this move to the upside, we form levels of support. If we are to continue bullish, we should respect either level A here at 2,340 or potentially level B at 2,335. So if we break level A, I may consider taking a sell down to that level B. And then potentially we could get continuation. If price does bounce off it and only to reject, pop below it, could be further sell options below that level B. So it's going to mark in sells below. So these are the sell options, guys. Gonna mark in, I mean, this is pretty awkward level to be honest. I think it looks a bit cleaner above 2,350 if I'm to be honest. Starting to pop above this consolidation as well. As for the buys, well, we're gonna, if we are to continue bullish, we should respect support. We're currently at a support, so maybe possibly, but I doubt it, just the way we're currently forming. We could get a buy from this level, so that would probably mean we need to pop below, leave a long wick to the downside, maybe grab some liquidity, only to close back above. That could be a catalyst to potentially look for a buy above. Gonna put buys lower down low at this stage, so 2,335, really above that level I would consider my buys. And also another further sell option, obviously if we do pull back, only to yet again reject that resistance form just up. Even if it breaks the current daily candles high and rejects, I would also look for my potential sell option from that 30-minute resistance. Is it a 4-hour level? I mean, you could argue it is. I'll just leave it in blue anyway. So sells from higher up too, guys. And that is the gold. Hopefully that makes sense as well. let me know. Focus could be on gold just now. 9 minutes left. That's what I'll be waiting on, guys. Waiting on gold. Right, in the meantime, what I'm going to do is quickly analyze GU, get that out of the way. And this took a massive dump yesterday, didn't it? Pretty easy on GU, in all honesty. We know the bias is flip bearish. Bearish across the board. So what we've got is we're just consolidating. We've got, let's see what we've got in the 4 hour. I can just skip through all this. And go straight down to the 4 hour. 4 hour's tapped into a support here to the left. We've got another support a little bit lower down. I'm gonna mark in the current level of support. Gonna mark in a level of resistance, the M30. I'm gonna mark in another level on the 4 hour, just a little bit below. And I'm gonna see what we've got options below the current daily candles low. And so it's the previous daily candles low, or is that the current? No, yeah, it's break low of the previous. All right, I'm gonna adjust this along a little bit, like so. Can I adjust the one in the M30? We got clean candles, clean traffic. We technically do. You could adjust it. It's very clean candles up, even down. There's some clean candles there. All right, that opens up the range. You got about 20 pip margin from below the previous daily candles low. That's fine. Gives us potential sell options upon continuation. Also potential buy options, I feel, albeit against the structure. But once again, we formed a resistance at around that 125.530. We ought to respect it, remain bearish. We should reject this level just now and head back towards the current and the previous daily candles low. Could there be potential buys, sells from this zone? I feel there could be. I would say if price begins to close below it, we're rejecting the resistance. We're starting to pop below 125.437. If that's to be the case. I don't want to incorporate that 15 minute because that's that bearish wick. I would say below 1.25430. Closures below, I would look for a sell option on GU. That's what I'd be looking at. Sells below the previous daily candles low upon continuation. There is clean traffic to the left on the M30. And if we are to continue to the downside, we should respect the resistance form 1.25530. And if we don't and begin to pop above it, close above it, I will look for my potential buy options. We do have clean traffic to the left. Doesn't mean we're going to flip structure or anything, but we may make a deeper pull back into that previous daily candle before we potentially reject. Where could we reject? We've got this resistance just here. So potentially that could be a level that price could reject to come back down. That is a GU. Ups back. You can probably hear the old lady volume off. So that's pretty quick with the analysis today. 22 minutes in, I've done 3 pairs. All right, I got 5 minutes left in gold. Can I knock off NAS? You know what? I reckon I could, because NAS is pretty much at a level of rejection just now. I'm just gonna quickly analyze it. What am I doing? All right, once again, starting a weekly, NAS forming a bearish candle. Still yet to break the low of the previous. The previous was also a bearish candle, but now we are in that, we definitely are in a bit of a pullback phase on NAS. 3 consecutive weekly candles at this stage, if you include the current one, closing or forming bearish. So looking at a daily, we still remain bullish. Previous daily bounced off that support though. Current daily, I'm marking the low of that candle. If we are to continue bullish, you probably should respect it. We'll see what we've got in the 4 hour. Bouncing off the support, we can see just there. So very strong level that price bounced off. We are still technically bearish, however. Form resistance at support. All right, we could be starting to pop back above it. That could be a catalyst for potential buy options on NAS. However, it's running into that previous support to the left. Not going to be easy. Let's just see what we've got in the M30. Going to mark in some zones just here. I don't want to include that support though. All right. What I'd be looking at as there is sweet FA volume, absolutely stuff all volume right now, which is to be expected. We continue to reject 060 or 18080. Then I would look for my sell options, even within this gray zone, as long as we get the right catalyst within price action, breaking of minor support, that type of scenario, I will look to sell. So really anywhere, I would say, as long as it doesn't close above really 18008 roughly, it'll be higher up. So I would put sells below. Obviously sells below, I'll put it down this range. So if we form a bit of a support and start popping below it, it could be options to sell it back down. Now it's the current daily candles low. I'm going to remove that. But obviously buys lower down. If we are to continue bearish, should respect this resistance, not pop back above that support to the left hand side. So if we do begin to pop above that level there, which I'll just mark in, I would look for my potential buy options. So around at 18,085.40. And that could be something close to MYM. Added confluence for that is the 4-hour break-in resistance. We'll be starting to pop back above that support from yesterday. So we are retesting it. If we are to continue bearish, what we should do is reject it. And if we begin to pop above it and close above it on the M30, that could be a catalyst to look for sells. All right, so get ready for gold, guys. Could be potential options. Could be the limit order if this just melts in the next few minutes. I want to see a closure blow. In the meantime, Mr. Tommy John, good morning to you once again. Leon, good day. Hope you are. G4K4. Welcome to you, Sharif, as well. And Steve, good morning, brother. Hope you're well. Hope you guys are all doing well. Thank you once again for joining. Just keep an eye on gold. And if it doesn't close below, what I then might do is I might go down to the 1 minute if we begin to break. So if we crane up and we can begin to break, I might go down to the 1 minute and just see if we close below again. So we've done it already, but I want the confirmation. I would have preferred the confirmation of 30-minute closing below. But if we create that pullback, maybe start to pop below again, tap in, reject. Possibly it could be like a delayed breakout. Don't like the way this is pulling back just now. Not going to make it easy, to be honest. Minute and 20 left. Silent, good day, sir. We are early today again. Justin, don't forget the Zoom link. Yeah, I'll chuck it in maybe after. I'll chuck it in soon. I don't like this rejection whatsoever on gold. So that goes that idea. There goes that idea. All right, so we're not going to get gold because it's right back in that consolidation. Not interested in that. And GJ is not ready just yet, so that's all good. Ian, morning to you, my friend, and Franco, good morning to you too, brother. I hope you are. So yesterday's stream was an interesting one. I got a few dislikes, to be honest. I'm not sure if people were a bit disappointed about not taking profits or whatever it was, but maybe I don't agree with the way I manage trades, but that's just me because that's what works for me. So I did mention it in the MY update. I just do me. I don't give a shit. I know some other streamers and that will hold on in drawdown until it's full stop loss. I don't like to do that. I've never done that. So that's just how I trade. Must be IMAP. It probably was, man. Probably was. And I actually lost a few subs yesterday. God, I really pissed a few people off. That's unreal. I mean, I've been on a roll of the subs of over 100 since I started streaming. Over 100 more. Yesterday, I actually lost a few, so there weren't many happy customers around. Can't please more. I'll close right back, so I'm not interested in that just now. I'm way too far above that support yet again. It's okay, but I have only the real ones and the fake ones. That's it. 100%. I agree. Franco was a good train. You enjoyed it also? I appreciate it. I thought it was, to be honest. Good education in amongst it all whilst we waited. All right, if I post the Zoom link, guys, deal is, remember, you at least have to watch me on one device on YouTube. Just turn the volume down, because I'm not losing you all to the Zoom link and having no viewers on YouTube. And once again, just be careful. Do anything stupid and you're booted. And I can ban you, by the way. Now I can ban you guys for, I think you can be banned for up to a month now, or permanently. I think YouTube now have given that feature as to the moderators or to the owner of the channel. They can actually have more power to ban people rather than just 5 minutes like it used to be. $54K for good update. Yeah, it definitely is a good update. All right, gold trying to break again. If you were to look at a 5 minute, you probably need to start closing below 2, 3, 3, 8, 420. That support to the left. Still probably enough margin at that point as well. 30 pips. So we'll see if the 15 minute can close engulfing. Then that could be another option. So obviously, just having a look at the news, is big few days. There is also GDP for the pound. And it is obviously to come tomorrow. So as I mentioned yesterday, unfortunately, I won't be at or on stream for the actual news release. I will be on stream a little bit after it though. Probably about at least 30 minutes prior to London Open. So at least by that point, the news may have been filtered through, and then we can try to see if we can get a hold of the volume when the actual currency exchange opens, the currency market opens. So we'll see how we go tomorrow. I've got a special thumbnail for it, so be on the lookout. I think it's pretty impressive. And yes, I'm wearing a suit. Well, not really, but Photoshop, it's the photo editor. I've got myself in a suit again. And also, guys, don't forget hitting that like button for us. All right, is gold going to break just now? Like it could do so. GJ is also breaking. Not at all interested in that though. So that's all good. I want GJ to come up now. Let's see how we react to that level. Calcina, Xauusd 2334. For price to go down to? Potentially it could go down to that level. It's a level I consider selling it below or buying it above. Five minutes rejecting again. The 1 minute's making a bit of a pullback to tap in. Would there be sellers as it breaks? I'm going to wait for the 15 to close and see where we're at. We've got six minutes left. A really risky entry will be as what, because the 1 minute's tapped in and is rejecting that zone. If it begins to break its own low, starting to pop below instant clean traffic, that is an option. But I feel it's probably best to wait for at least the 15. Maybe it is that 1 minute option that's going to play out. Yep, looks to be the case. We'll see. Could there be a limit order back at the low of that bullish candle? Need this to close a little bit lower down though. Don't want it to pull back now. Come on guys, hit the like button. It's only 14 on stream. At least want it to be around 25-30 minimum. That's the aim for today. Always love that bullish candle. 233897. Excuse me. So just over 3.5 minutes left. Oh, there she goes. Popped up and down about 10 pips. Let's go for you. How's the week been, guys? Do fill us in, let me know. Also, if you guys have any requests for any video content, any educational content, let me know. Throw it in the chat and I'll see if I can maybe come up with something over the weekend. Otherwise, I just roll with why I took certain entries, just so you guys get a bit of an idea, and you can take away from that what you will. I understand some of you just here for some entertainment while you look at your own charts, you trade very differently to me, that's fine. Some of you want to learn a little bit more, that's also a good thing. And others are just here because I look good, like as Medicine. Hello to you too. Hope you're well, my friend. 2 minutes, guys. Let's see. 2 minutes. Are we going to get a sell limit option on gold? Or it may just melt down to this support. Need to show the guns for meds. Silent. A little bit too cold for that. Went to the gym today. Worked on the guns and the back. Did wide grip pull-ups. Oh god. Wasn't warmed up right enough as well, to be honest. I heard the shoulders making some funny noises and oh shit, that's not really good. So hopefully tomorrow I don't wake up with severe pain. Gold's just melting. Where's the 1 minute? It's all right. It's good because at least I see something that I was analyzing and looking at play out. So it gives me more confidence. Once again, I've been adapting entries, looking for different entries. Still going to look for the sell limit. But if it taps into this zone, nah, forget it. It's dropping too much. Come on, pull back a bit. Give us a little bit of a pullback in the last 20 seconds. That would be nice. Alright. Alright, I'm going to set a sell limit at low of that bullish candle. I don't want this candle, don't want it to break, don't want it to pop down, I want it to pop straight up. If it breaks the low of the previous candle, then forget it, I'm removing it. Yeah, forget it, alright. Trade removed, so no trade, guys. Because I want it to pull back, pop up, tag you in, and then continue in line with the move, so it's not going to play out. All good. Gold is now pretty much wait to see what happens at support. GJ waiting to see what happens at resistance, and that's what we do. We're just waiting in. All good. Do you lift heavy or light with high reps? I do more high reps, man. Yeah, definitely. I'm not into the big lifts anymore. Those days are well and truly gone. I will occasionally, if I want to put on a little bit of size, occasionally do some heavier, but I prefer to use free weights, to be honest. Not much of a fan of barbells and machines, although they do have their spot. I like cables. Cables are good. Definitely like cable machines. Calcino, bad luck. No, it's fine. It's not bad luck. It's just the market's all good. Just didn't give me that pullback I wanted for an entry, so it's all good. Not a problem at all. So I think the sells below point still remain if it does pull back to reject. But right now we're closer to a potential buy option. GJ has very little volume. Maybe it's in the lead up to tomorrow. I have no idea, but it has not been moving much of late, apart from obviously yesterday, the news. But like I mentioned yesterday, a lot of these candles don't have much volume compared to what they used to have. They look big, but when you measure them, they're not actually that big. Calcino, you've entered 2341, entered a sell. Okay, probably was that before the stream or on this candle? Because this was breaking right when I actually clicked live. I wasn't actually on the stream though at that point. It was just starting it up. But once again, did say let's look at the 1 minute, and 1 minute was the one that presented. So take screenshots of it or something. Just keep an eye on it, because it gives you confidence when you're looking, when you eventually might look to trade based off it. So you're still looking at your zones and your levels based off the 30 minute, 15, preferably to 30. And you can fine tune it going down to the 1 minute your entry. In this impulsive entry scenario, when the price is just breaking and the candles are breaking. Look at it bounce off. There's another thing I'm keeping an eye on, guys, because often you see when price hits a level, it just immediately, it may still break it, but usually it will bounce off it 10, 15, 20 pips before it does eventually break, if it is to break. Is there merit in potential limit orders at certain levels? In this case, limit buy, something I will keep an eye on, something I may do some back testing on, something I'll definitely keep an eye on stream. So today it would have worked. And again, this is just me adapting to what the markets present. I think it's important not to be fixated by a certain, yes, it's good to have a plan and your general way of going about entering. But while you're sitting there on the charts and waiting, why not, you know, pick up on things? If you see something happening regularly, just take note of it. Doesn't mean you necessarily start trading it, but could jot it down, pen and paper. Would have given you 20 pips or whatever. No harm in that. Silent free weights make you stronger. They help me increase my bench press because you have to stable the weight on. Yep, that's true. And you have to tense your core as well. I feel you get a lot more attention on the core when you're lifting free weights. So sure effects, got my GJ on profit, but before that I got 35 pip drawdown, which is not good, but right now it's 70 pips running. Nice one. Let me see. All right. So this is a 2-hour chart. Yep, based off that resistance. Yeah, it's looking good. It's made pretty much an equal high. You could argue it's a high, but either way, it's broken a support. So it's created a lower low. Potentially pulling back to create another lower high, sorry. And then potentially pull back to create that lower low. So like this, like that. Start to continue trend to the downside. So I think you're looking pretty good. What's your plan for securing profits though? You're just gonna let it ride till full TP, or I'm sure you're trailing your stop or something. DJ Shithouse. The price of silver these days. Oh, it's gone up. Not quite all-time highs, nowhere near it, but still. As you get, probably a few of you are aware anyway, I invest in silver, so physical silver too. And no, I don't keep it under my bed, so I'm good finding out where I live. Out of resistance. It's alright, I want to come back down anyway, so I can buy more. As any good investor should, they should want their investment to come down so they can purchase more. If you're in it for the long run anyway, you need plenty of time to accumulate. And once you're obviously ready to take advantage of your investment, hopefully by that point it's gone up a fair bit, then you're in the money, aren't you? Sean? All good, brother. How are you? Not bad, so all good, brother. No need to be sorry. Charts. Yeah, well, okay. Gold was waiting for the 15-minute and waiting for a limit order. Pulled back, but it just melted, obviously. Did mention a possible entry based off the 1 minute, but it's not something I'm really been trading much, not for ages anyway. I used to use it ages ago, so I just decided to watch it and made the move. Pull back, tap in, rejection, so that was the move. But nonetheless, good to see it happen. 30-minute candle is still going. Wow. Could there be potential options below? Have we got another pause in between? Anyway, no. On the 5 minute. Yeah, I'm definitely not looking at that break and 1 minute play at this level, because this candle's already traveled a fair distance, so I'm just going to leave it. Sean, same as yesterday. Yeah. Old. So at least most of the major news is out of the way now for gold for this month anyway. So it should be hopefully things will be I mean, you want volatility, you want markets to move, but more stable. See where we are in 3 minutes. 3 minutes and 40 seconds to be exact. Oh, good, Sean, no worries. Yeah, so be on the lookout for tomorrow's thumbnail. It'll be a lot different. Also, the NY update thumbnail has changed. A little more blingy. So yeah, be on the lookout for those guys. See if I can show you them quickly. All right, here we are. So there I am in the suit yet again. So keep an eye out for that thumbnail to drop tomorrow. I think it's pretty good. Did it myself. Unfortunately, it won't be on for the breaking news, but it doesn't matter. And this is the NY update. So there's the Statue of Liberty holding a pot of gold. There's the handsome man. Looking a bit old in this photo, to be honest. So that's the new thumbnails for the NY update and for tomorrow's GDP on Gbpjpy. Calcino, you're gonna be big, bro. I appreciate it. Yeah, with you guys, you know, supporting. You guys been here from, you know, very early, from the beginning. 54k for my update. Nice one. Yeah, I like it. I think the other one was just a little bit boring. But yeah, I'm sticking around, guys, so I don't care how long it takes. Could take all this year to get more than 40 on the live stream. I'm sure it won't, but even if it does, I couldn't care less. Because I'm here to educate, and those who want to learn something appreciate it. It's not always about signals, obviously, and I will definitely call them when I see them. All right, so gold's not going to close below. These candles just open up, popping straight down. All right, what can I do on gold? Really isn't much. Need to wait for some bullish candles to close to potentially buy it, preferably in a 30-minute. It's hard to trust the 15 against such a strong 30-minute. That's what I find personally. So once again, maybe if this eventuates, but it's just a maybe. What are the chances? I mean, it can, but this candle closes like so, the first 15 minutes. Followed by the next M15 closing a weak bearish candle. There's your two 15-minute candles. So that should be green. You guys get the picture. That's two 15-minute candles amongst the M30. The M30 closes in the end. We'll close pretty much like that. So it's bullish, it's got a resistance within it. Then there's the next M30. So it creates slow wick and then creates the higher high. That's where I potentially look to enter as it breaks above the 30-minute candle that actually forms support. Taps into that level. So we're at a level that we'll consider looking for buy options. So that's pretty much what I need to wait for now. Waiting more 30 minutes until London Open. All right, this is good on GJ. This is where I want to be at. See if we reject. And this opens up opportunities, guys. This opens up potential opportunities for that entry at the open. If it just pops straight up, I'm looking to potentially sell it. Pop straight up and we reject. Because we know there's a high probability that at some point price is going to pull back to create a low wick. I mean, this candle so far hasn't done so. Thank you for the sub. It doesn't have to, but a lot of these candles, I would say 90% plus candles will have a wick in both directions. So had this been London Open, I'd possibly looking to sell it just now. I'm not so keen right now. I would have probably preferred for this candle to close a little bit higher up to that 4-hour resistance that I've got marked in to give me more confidence. But this thing could reject. This really could reject just now. What do we got in the 5-minute? Oh, I'm half tempted to sell it, to be honest. I'm half tempted to sell it just now. Something's telling me to wait for London. What would stop loss be? 12. Alright guys, I might look to sell GJ. So I've just taken a sell position in anticipation this candle's going to pull back and eventually flip back bearish. My position's in at 192 flat, right on 192. So we'll see. Got my stop loss. It's actually a bit higher up, or I should move it a bit higher. It has to be above. I'll go level 2. I'm gonna place it 192, 190 is my stop loss. Back above that support too. So that's my current entry. So I've been here since you were with Matt, and I know you value when I see. That's why the only stream I watched, mature now Cowboys trades, just clean price action. This is a bit of a cowboy trade, but this is something I've been watching and paying a lot of attention for since I remember I told you at the start of this year. I've been back testing it, so it's still calculated. I still have my reason for it, but yeah, it is this is impulsive. But thank you for the compliment. Because this is based off levels and based off the fact it's popped straight up, and I know there's a good chance it may pop back down to create a low wick. What's gold up to? Gold's bouncing. Still might get that play based off the 15 like I mentioned before, but it looks like it's going to take off just now. yeah, probably going to be tough to get involved in gold just now. It's just bouncing off levels, breaking them, having no respect for them, and bouncing off other levels. Let's see. This thing flips, I'm gonna go to break even. Ooh, soon see. God, 6 minutes to wait for the 15. Sounds like Days of Our Lives music, this background music. I don't know if I like it or not. But it's what I need to roll with because it's the only thing that doesn't get me copyright strikes, so. I'm just going to try my stop down to this level just now. So I want to think about trades that are don't matter and have a 100 pip stop loss to catch 10 pips. I don't think that's really a good thing to do, to be honest, because if you are following proper risk management, then your lot size is going to be tiny, obviously. So I try to keep my stop loss small. I don't think risk to reward matters all that much, obviously, when it's scalping. But having said that, if you're practicing proper risk management, then you want to have a pretty decent risk to reward, because you don't want to be rolling 100 pips stop loss trying to chase 10 pips and you're risking 1%. It just doesn't make sense, in my opinion. But I trade fixed lot sizes, so I prefer to have a smaller stop loss, knowing still I usually got a major either way. But it's each to their own, obviously. It'd be nice to see this 15-minute close a week bullish candle. You can just create a bit of an upper wick and then drop below. And I always say too, it doesn't, if you're happy to see good profits wherever it is, it's fine. It's up to the individual. There's no real right or wrong. It's just whatever works for you. But if I've got levels to the left at around 8 pips, sometimes I'm going to secure at 8 pips and not give a shit. It hasn't tapped into 10. Just depends where we're at. Don't want this 5 minutes to close above. On that wide of a stop loss too. It's only about 14 pips. So that's fine, I'm happy with that. Did anyone trade during CPI yesterday? Must have been one hell of a ride. Anxiety levels would have been going through the roof when you would have seen your trade slip by like 30-40 pips on gold, maybe more. I remember sweating buckets after blowing a account during NFP years ago on gold. Told you guys the story. Wasn't pleasant. Was a bit funny for a second, and it's like, no, it's not actually funny when you're losing. Wasn't a substantial amount, but at the time it was a decent amount. I mean, it was still a grand. Still, one was to throw away money. I got no trades taken after our session. Oh, good, brother. Wasn't probably the best to be trading yesterday. At that point, anyway. Rodrigo, there was so much volume, lower considerably. My lots of okay, managed to get nice one. That's all right, as long as you're aware of the risk and you're prepared for it, and you at least you lowered your lot size. Again, I don't recommend trading use, but each their own. Who am I to say you cannot? So well done to you for securing some profit. NFB no joke, Raj, I lost 50k live. Oh, really? Did he really lose it? Come on. Yeah. Pretty easily erased from his account. So he owns the brokerage, but anyway. Alright, I got 15 closure. Closed a little bit stronger than what I would like. But we're keeping it open. How do you gold close? Yeah, strong, but it's tapped into that level. So it's made the move. Not easy. So 15 minutes until the open. not a great deal of volume right now. It's just struggling. GU also looking like it wants to come down a bit, bouncing off support. Very similar to gold. GU looks very similar to gold. All right, price breaks the previous counters high. I cut half, possibly cut half, just to minimize the risk if it does continue up. And again, let's just keep my losses small. But not yet. I'm not done it yet. Oh, it's almost enough to put you to sleep, this trade. It's been hovering around entry for the most part. All right, so we've got 9.5 minutes roughly until the open. Are we going to be at break even prior to London Open? We have to wait and see. It's failed to break previous highs several times. Yeah, it's gotten close to it, but it has rejected it. Yeah, so this is the newest entry in my collection. The newest entry type. It's probably the most impulsive, to be honest. Actually, it is, because it's just literally opening your market execute. I don't market execute other than pretty much this trade, this type of entry. Whether it be from resistance or from support, this is pretty much the only time I market execute Shahid. Should be able to see it right there. GJ, my friend. Gbpjpy. That's it, as Calcina has typed into the chat. It's supply and demand levels. Yeah, or you could call that. I just often see when it spikes up without low wick on the approach, when it hits that level, it usually rejects. That's just what I've noticed. So you starting to take the trades based off that. Sean, you're back. Okay. Gold rejecting. As is GU, but GJ being stubborn. I'm right back in entry. With just under 7 minutes until market open. So I've already managed my risk by moving my stop loss a little bit as well. So either way, I wouldn't be taking a full hit if it does begin to push up. But I'll see if I'm going to manage it further. Still got the full position open. The one thing I'm a little bit uncomfortable about right now is with this entry, when it pops up, you will usually hit and then just reject quickly. None of this just is far around that area. It will usually just reject instantly, get you your quick pips, and then maybe pull back up. That's the only thing that's concerning me right now. The fact that it hasn't made the move. So it's likely going to close bullish. Sean, your week's been really long. Well, hopefully you've got a quieter weekend. If you're tired and stressed and you can't focus, then just be careful on the charts. Don't do anything stupid. So if you wait for 2 flat body cows, next time more secure. Yeah, it could pull back up a little bit further. Got 15-minute rejection at that point there. I'm not liking it all that much, to be honest. Should have made the move if it were to. So I've not closed anything just yet, but I'm contemplating even closing a full thing into London Open. It's basically at my entry just now, so because that should have been the move. So it's literally at entry, guys. It's up to you if you want to close or not. I've still kept it open, but I am contemplating closing it, to be honest, because it really should have done the move, made the move by now. GJ and GU, yeah, they are. That's the thing. GU's melting, GJ's pushing. Sometimes it happens. That's why I stopped trading GU, to be honest, because I got a little bit carried away by the bias of one pair and only see everyone going the opposite direction. All right, minute and a half till the open. Let's see. All right, 30 seconds. Let's see. I'm going to close half. I've closed half and break even. Just in case London spikes up. It's just me managing trades, so it's going to be a very small loss if it does just fly to the upside. But I kind of want to beat it in case it just melts and rejects. But I want to be managing it at the same time. So I'm happy with that. I'm in a little bit of profit. Got the open. Needed to just melt. Did you get anything before stream? No, not today, no. Alright, it's popping out. If you haven't managed it yet, you probably, I suggest managing it. It's broken the previous candle's high. What's gold doing? Not gold is difficult right now. It's tapped into that. It's just bouncing, pinging between this previously this clean level. So not easy in my opinion now. Gold probably just need to let it clear. I'd prefer to look for potential sales below support. So now GU is moving the same direction as GJ. Please hit like button. That'd be much appreciated. How many likes have we got? 16. It's getting up there. It's been stuck in this GJ trade for more than 30 minutes now. Not loving it, if I'm to be honest. If it rejects this 15-minute level. Yeah, it's popping above it. So could be, again, if you haven't managed it, it could be a good time to start doing so. I think it'd be a good idea if it breaks that candle's high to probably cut the trade, to be honest. As a day trader and swing trader, I have to wait for candles to close in an hour, or for day trading and swing trading 4 hour daily. I stop scalping. Yeah, I understand that. Yeah, I've closed. I'm out. Don't trust anymore. So it's flying up. It's not creating a lot of wick. That's fine. Just a small loss because I cut half at break even, and glad I cut the rest a bit early because now look at it fly. That's the issue with London Open. Could do anything. So not a bad trade in the end. I mean, well managed. What was it? GJ sells. Percent break even. So that's all right, considering the initial stop loss is about, I think I had about 16-17 pips, so I cut my position by pretty much 2/3, to be honest, of the initial risk, because I had a stop loss higher up. I cut half at break even, and I cut the other half as it broke above this candle's high. So that's how it goes. Never mind. Keep losses small and you're keeping the game for longer. Oops. Hold on guys, let me fix that. Thank you for the subs. Appreciate it. It's good to know that you guys aren't like some of the ones that were on yesterday's stream. Obviously weren't happy with all the break-even trades. GJ's flying. So now GJ I think the buyers are a good chance now moving forward. Yeah, obviously if you're not in just now, and I will not be in that either way to the upside. Now you need to wait for some sort of pullback, some sort of exhaustion, in my opinion. This is where you can go down, start going down to the 15-minute and look to see if there is one candle pausing, closing back in the opposite direction. So we'll wait and see. Still got time left, still London open, so let's see if we got one more chance. Mr. Ben Chandler, hope you well. Good day. Yeah, not bad, man. Not bad. Bit sore. Bit sore from yesterday's leg workout, and today was back and biceps, so. All in one, EU. Another victim of yesterday's news. Let's look at it. Let's do the analysis on it. All right, so starting the weekly, it's forming very strong bearish candle. It's not yet breaking below the previous as a high, but the rejection from that news yesterday, it's definitely at a level of support though. So not going to be easy selling it into that based off the higher time frame. Looking at the daily, once again, we can see we're at support. We're at support at this point here. Just below it, we run into another support to the left. So once again, doesn't make it easy to necessarily sell it at the moment. Structure wise, it's also, by the looks of it, technically, yeah, it's bearish. Oh, actually, hold on. Yeah, it is. It's bearish. And look at that, evening star. Being some nice potential intraday or swing trades based off that. 4 hour. Is it? Yeah, it's flip bearish. But 4 hours bearish as well. So be marking support and resistance. Looking to see levels that we could potentially pull back to. That's what I'm marking just now. Where could price pull back to before it rejects and continues? Obviously out of support. I want to incorporate the bullish candles over here. And it's much cleaner below that level there. So, all right, so this is my markup for EU. 4 hours bearish. So we got daily has not, it's broken below the previous, but we're at support. We got structure across the board to the downside. We've just created a lower low by the looks of it. So as far as the buys, the good thing is, so we've got a few confluences here to potentially look for buys as well from the current level. A little bit above it, sorry, above the resistance. So the M30 is bearish, but technically you could argue it flips bullish really above that level there, but for the sake of it, you wouldn't be buying into that resistance, so you probably just mark that whole level in and just say it remain, if it as long as it remains below that level, we're still structurally bearish on the M30. So all right, so we know right as daily support or 4 hour support, so price could bounce off it. I want price to pop above the resistance at this level here to flip the M30 structure bullish, to give me my confirmation that potentially we're going to make a deeper pullback at this daily support against that previous daily candle, against the current weekly candles direction, against the structure across the board. The first catalyst will be the 30-minute structure flipping back bullish down at the 4 hour support. That point there may tap into this previous support and reject to come back down. It could just burst through it. You do have some pretty clean traffic. This support lines up with this previous resistance, just a little bit higher up. So I think it's a relevant level to keep in for the time being. So I would say possible buys above that resistance. And if it rejects, pulls back up, only to reject. Stay bearish in structure in the M30. I think there's also going to be probable sells to take it back down in line with the direction throughout the week, in line with the structure, in line with the current daily candle, seeing we do have a lower high to the previous. So I look for sells below that point, buys above that point there. Further sells below this 4 hour support. We've got some pretty clean traffic to the left, but beyond that level. So once again, I've been waiting for closures below it, and I think it could be some decent options or continuation sells. That's a little bit below the current daily candle's low. So we've popped off this 4 hour support, we've bounced off it. we approach it yet again, maybe do something like this, exhaust a little bit, start to close below it. I'd want to see price tap into it and then begin to pull away, and that could be a potential option to sell it back below this support at 107,250. So that's what I'd be looking at on EU. And GJ is moving, so I'm really happy with management on that trade. Gold is shit. I'm making it easy, is it, gold? It's just one candle that's making the moves. This candle made that move from one support to the next. This candle made the next move from this support to the previous resistance, tapping in. Not really leaving many options to trade in terms of price action. I don't really see much. Interesting to see. It's tapped into this level and rejected. Wow. So like I mentioned before about the buys, if you pay attention and just see how price reacts to certain levels, possibly there could just be limit orders, potential limit orders. Same would have been for the upside just here. It's tapped into not only this pause candle, but also that previous support, and it did reject. You would have taken some nice profits off the table as well on that one. But now it looks like it's likely going to consolidate between this previous support and the current one it's bouncing off. So the real move is the new 4 hour after London Open. I noticed on 4 hour London, 4 hours just to pull back most of the time. I don't disagree with that, honestly, because once again, it's dinner season, guys. Every time I go make dinner, I come back to the charts, there's been a move. And that's the open of that 4 hour candle. That's the one after London Open. And I remember a lot of people say it's the dead hours, it's shit, you don't trade that time. But I mean, it's not just any coincidence, but honestly, every time I come back after making dinner, it's made a move of late. So that 4 hour candle, in my opinion, also does tend to have a bit of volume. A lot of people write it off, but there's still, what you got to remember is you still got London in session, you still got Europe in session. You've got people slowly waking up. You got over in the US starting to trade, things like that. I think it's also a relevant time to trade. I mean, for me, the only real dead time is that pocket between New York close and probably Tokyo Open, because Sydney Open doesn't really have a great deal of volume. But otherwise, there's always going to be some volume around, even during Asian during the day. A lot of time when I head to the gym, I come back or whatever, and something's made a move. Doesn't necessarily mean it's a big move, but they've made a clear move, bounce off support or rejecting a resistance, something like that. So there's always volume. Just look for your setups is basically what I'm trying to say. As long as your setups present I think that's the first loss I've taken with that new entry, by the way. DJ pushing, so is GU, as is EU, as is, no it's not. The one I really want to push. Probably want EU to push too, but it is what it is. As Silent says, the charts do not lie. They don't lie at all, do they? I'm still in profits for the week. Not a great deal, but I am still in profit from gold. Gold buy. I need some sort of exhaustion now. I need something. Go on the 5. Yeah, I want to stay on the 15. 5's not something I've really tested, to be honest. You stream to a TikTok from Streamlabs desktop. Interesting. That could be a good way to get more viewers on stream. Dual stream. Oh man, pump. Alright, so where are we going to reject? And have we technically flipped structure? Let me take a close look at this. I don't think we have. We've got to pull back just here. The lowest point of the imposter downside from this is the origin. The lowest point is just here. Has it closed below? So the closure, open, closure, it's the same thing. 191.518. It has technically closed above. So therefore, what that means, if you're to be really technical about it, it's still bearish in structure. Not saying it doesn't mean it's it's the micro trend is bullish, like it's bouncing off supports. I'm not saying there's no buy options, but technically the way I see it is it's still bearish. So what I could do is really look to see where price could potentially pull back to. So I'm looking out to the left to see where we could tap into to potentially reject, and we've got pretty much the current level. Pretty much this whole level here. This area consolidation is a level that price could pull into, tap into, and reject. So this is potentially a level I could look for my sell options again, not on the same type of trade, because that it will require price to come up to the 4-hour resistance up at these highs. But if we get some sort of structure form up at this level, so it forms a bit of minor support and we start to close below the minor support, would be an option to potentially look for a sell. Still have daily respecting the low, the high of the previous. So I see still potential options for the sells as well on GJ. Yeah, it's my first loss on stream too. Small one. All good. Haven't been that many trades on stream as there, but still. What else can we look at? DJ popped up, so resistance rejecting. So all the indices look very similar, even the DAX. Only one Euro USD taking support, but goes fast. Shit, I missed it. Yeah, it's just popped, hasn't it, from that support. So once again, that just gives merit to, is there reason to take limit orders at just certain levels, and this is the next thing I'm going to be looking at and testing out, constantly testing out. And it's not something I would trade straight away until I have results, but if it's worth it, potentially give it a go. Nick, good day, mate. Hope you're well. Good afternoon, well, early, well, it's evening to you. How you been? Hope you're well, brother. Good to see a lot of familiar names are back. Ben, let me take a look. Appreciate the chart. I know you're a busy man. But the dogs are alright, by the way. Got to ask you. A GA, alright. So it's tapped into this previous level. Are you looking at interruption scenario, are you? Like a sell? Got caught in some sells pre-news yesterday, sat in a bit of drawdown. Oh, really? On what? GA? 3-1 bullish, daily bearish. In my view, algo trigger me into sells. Oh, okay. I think it's looking okay for if it respects. Obviously, I've got that 192.80. It'd be interesting to see how it rejects this level here. Let me look at it. Gee, I don't have it here. Oh god, that's a long time. Long time ago. I haven't used that color for god knows. All right. The daily, it's a little bit concerning, but look where it's rejecting right now too, so that's a good thing. I think it's pretty important for it to remain below that level, but looking at it daily, I mean structurally it's bearish, so you got that on your side. The weekly has that for me. Pull back, still has lower high, lower low, so you do have, again, you got that on your side. You got the 4 hour. Well, that's a pretty tricky level. Probably just adjust this now. And it is also, oh, it's actually bullish. That's a low. It's broken the high. It's bounced off this level just here, so that's obviously a strong level as well. So I mean, it's a reason as to why it may be rejecting at the moment and trying to come back up. 30 minute. So now just adjust this to the most recent area. I'll just use the low, the current daily. I think that level there is important because even once it pops above it, starts to close above it, it starts to become pretty clean to the left, especially on the higher time frames. At that point there, I think it could potentially come to 1.93250. So as long as it really remains below 1.926 roughly, should be right. As long as it continues to reject this zone, 1.92750 to be exact. So it's tapped into that 4 hour level yet again. Similar to GJ, has no low wicks on account, very small ones. I think you're still okay. Trapped in range, yeah. Yeah, I think the levels are still quite relevant, so I think you should be alright. Hoping to be out by tomorrow morning. Need to tap into 1.92 flat to bank out. I think it's a good chance it could. 192. Yep. If it approaches its own low again, then I think it's definitely coming down to that level. Thank you kindly for your kind comment. Nick, been good mate studying for CFA. Oh, okay. Oh, really? Maybe we'll chat someday. Level 1, if you know what that is. If not, it's bloody hard finance license. Yeah. Trading been on the back burner for the last couple of months. That's all good, man. All good. Good to have you on stream anyway, so you know where I am. GJ still going, so that's fine. Once again, I'm happy to manage my trades and take small losses. I was contemplating cutting the full thing at break even, to be honest, when it was not making the move, but here's what it is. Had 4.5 pips profit. I actually had 5 pip profit, but didn't quite flip the candle. If it would have flipped, I would have definitely gone to break even. Is there something coming out in the news? What's going on? Does anyone know? I don't know if anyone takes the Bank of Japan seriously after the comment I read yesterday on, was it the tweet a couple of days back? I'll interfere with monetary policy, but they will interfere with monetary policy if they have to. That's pretty much what it said. Franco, would you consider take a Gbpjpy after M30 close above resistance? Yes. Yeah, for sure. Could even look for that limit order. It's got to pull back 3 and a bit, just around 3 pips at the moment, which for G I think is not bad. Otherwise, at this stage, you got to push up about probably 2.5, 3 pips to be triggered into a trade. This candle closes as is. So I'd just be watching the closure. If closes near the high, I'd probably look for a limit order back at the low. If the close is just above, I look for the buy stop above the high. That's what I'd be looking at personally right now. EU rates, yeah, that's going to be a big one. USD PPI might have an influence short term. Yeah, a little concerned, but could. If CPI was a precursor, I think PPI could also come out as higher than expected, in all honesty, because if inflation has been going up, and that's excluding food and what is it? CPI is going up, and that's excluding food and electricity because they're deemed too volatile. Then likely PPI will go up because it must be costing more to produce the goods. Therefore, that's what why CPI has been going up. So once again, like I said before, I don't think there'll be any interest rate cuts in US anytime soon. If you were to ask me, and I know that's just my take on it. I don't know much about it, but that's what I'd be thinking. Yeah, Franco, I think it looks good. How far is it closed above? About 3 pips. I'd probably look for a limit order back at the resistance just here. Has it tapped in on the 5 minute? It has not. Yeah, I'd look for a tap in, but it could just go now, but no lower wick. That's not really, in my opinion, a liquidity candle, nor is the M30. It could just go, but that's is what it is. If you're comfortable with that, GJ still on its merry way to the upside. Had a gold close, so made the move back up, and now it's just ping-ponging between 2,340 and 2,335. Sean, gotta go to work. All good, brother. You have a good one. Yeah, tomorrow I'll be on a bit later. Tomorrow I'll be on probably about 7:30 a.m. roughly UK time. Ben, don't like UJ approaching the 155 level. Don't trust Bank of Japan not to be sneaky again. Oh, they got to do something. But that was the tweet. I'm not going to find it now, but it literally, he said they're not concerned and they're not interfering with monetary policy. They're not concerned by the currency, the lack of strength. But then they came out and said they will intervene if they need to. And it was literally the same day, so I have no idea what that's about. This is at like 34-year highs, I think I heard the other day. I could be very wrong with that. Let me look. Weekly. No, it's not. Oh, it is. It is. 1990. What happened in 1990? That was before the last time my footy team won a premiership, which is God, you gotta go back almost 30 years for that. Nick will know what I'm talking about. Good old blue baggers. Yeah, it's a concern. I mean, surely at some point they got to intervene. They just raised interest rates, didn't they, for the first time in how long? And it's done nothing for the currency. Their currency is just gone to the shitter. Let me have a look at that currency strength meter. AUD. It's not really translating across to on the chart, to be honest, but that's what it says here. 30 yen's down. CAD. Pound is obviously, yeah, an NZD. So that would suggest that it's risk on in the markets, maybe after what came out. But the thing is, you look at it and look at the charts, it says otherwise. I mean, look at AU, it melted. GU the same, much the same. EU melted. So most of the majors went to the shitter after that. That currency strength indicator would be fluctuating constantly throughout the day, I'm sure. All right, GJ. So on this level, that entry would have worked, but again, for me, it's not really valid at this level, so it's all good. Franco, would you be concerned about the missing lower wick on the current GUM30? So it's pulled back now, hasn't it? So I think this is a similar potential entry to yesterday that you took, Franco. If it breaks its own high again, breaks the high of the previous candle, I think it could now make the move. That's what I'd be looking at now. Now it's pulling back, so this is good. And I'd probably still consider a limit order, personally. Read the same article, so yeah, I know about the Bank of Japan. Wasn't born. Showing my age here. Long time ago. I still remember watching the last time my footy team on the grand final. Sitting there, we're up by, for those of you who know anything about AFL, we're up by like, what was it? 12 goals or something at 3/4 time, coming into the last quarter. And I remember, oh man, walked past me and goes, I'll still lose. And I'm like, Jesus Christ, you're kidding me. That's like a massive lead. It's unassailable. There's no chance you can lose it from there. In fact, I don't think any team has lost being that far ahead. And of course they won. Happy little 13-year-old at the time. I think I was 13. Yeah, I was. Which is quite an interesting tour, it does swing heavily? Yeah, definitely would. Because now, let's look at it now. Where have I got it? This is a live link. I refresh it, let's see. Alright, so USD is picking up a bit of strength. Calcina, I think GU is not bad for a buy. But I don't trade it personally. So you could potentially be in a buy on GU. Franco looking for creating support on the M5 timeframe and then see. Okay, that's a good plan too. That's fine. Yeah, it will give you a little bit more confidence and a little bit more probability. So GJ is now making a bit of a pullback. All right, interesting, because that entry would have worked in this case. Didn't work down here, would have worked here. I wasn't sure about that level, because to me, it is a previous 4-hour support. Probably could have considered it, but it's all good. So you're trading GA, Ben? Let me add it to the watch list here. I get rid of all these cryptos. They're far gone for me. It's just depressing seeing the price of it, to be honest. Let's add Gbpjpy AUD. Where's that gone? Yeah, the 5-minute support. You'll be right, Franco. It looks like it's going to pull back. We're trying to. Let's hit that like button, guys. Get a few more up there. Or more till 200. Let's go. I did check the analytics, and fair few, actually almost half the people that view the stream afterwards aren't subs. So if you're watching it now in replay, don't forget to subscribe, guys. Why not? It's for free. I don't claim to be the best trader out there. No, I'm not. But I'm confident in what I do, and I do dish out a lot of free education on the stream. I just do what works for me on stream, and if you guys can take something out of that, fantastic. If not, and you just enjoy being here, that's also fine. And if you think I'm a total dickhead, that's also fine, as long as you're here and you're subbed and you're watching. I couldn't care less, to be honest. I appreciate you guys. You can't make everyone happy. That's what I realized when I started streaming about 2 years ago, I think it was, with obviously the old stream. And yeah, at the start you get a bit shitty when people talk trash to you, but now it's just laughable. It's all laughable for me now. It's not worth it. That's a back gold. Yeah, so gold's just pinging between this support and resistance. So right now, I mean, let's reassess. I think buy options could be good above that previous support because we have rejected it. So if we were to continue bearish, thank you for the sub. If we were to continue bearish, we should respect that level there. It lines up with this support. So I would say if we begin to pop above it, there is a good chance that we will come up back towards this resistance, which is probably now, I'm sure, 4-hour level. It is a 4-hour level. You can mark it in. I would mark it in as grey because it lines up with that support as well. So 4-hour levels I deem to be of more importance. So I'd say there's a good chance that if price pops above, let me mark it in, 2340.7 roughly, 0.8. It's really about 2341, and we're likely going to head up. I'd definitely be taking profit off the table at that level, 2343, because it is a resistance, and I don't like to be greedy, especially when you're trading within a range. It's okay if you're moving into clean traffic. When you're trading within the range always holds priority, guys. So what I suggest is get to break even quickly, secure something, and because then if it comes back to your entry, and it could reverse at any point, at least you've taken something off the table. Now, as far as the sells, I mean, you're likely not going to get any sells now below this level because it's just pinging between it. So the good thing is we're forming a support now at this previous level, we're bouncing off it. So similar to the buys above the resistance, if we are to continue bullish, we should not break this support. We should not come back down and close below it. And if we do, what we can see to the left hand side here, we've got some very clean traffic. So at that point there, we're breaking a support form within the current daily candle. Previous daily candle closed back bearish. current daily candle. Could have just been grabbing that liquidity from the upside. Let's see. And that will also, at that point there, it's going to be flipping bearish below that 30-minute support. It will break its own low at this horizontal just there. So yeah, for sure, I'd be looking for sell options below 23.34. I think that could be a good way to go moving forward on gold, if anyone is interested. So hopefully that makes sense. And once again, thank you for the sub. What I think about DXY, let me look at it. So I'm assuming DXY has been going up from the impact from the news. Yeah, obviously. What I think it's looks like it's pretty much bullish across the board. So let's quickly actually do the analysis on it. So weekly bullish engulfing, so it's a strong bullish candle. Doesn't have to make the move, but it has room to go to the upside. Daily, structurally it is bullish, strong, very strong previous daily candle as well. Current candle's got a high low, high high. Be marking the low, not be marking the high. See what you got above those levels. It's kind of, does it tap in? Not quite. Taps into that resistance. See what we've got in the 4 hour. The daily, you have room to the upside, that's for sure, for continuation above the current daily candle's high. Onto the 4 hour. Yeah, it's flipped bullish, so that's also bullish. Where's it at? It's got clean traffic to the left, so I'll be marking that to the left. Be marking zones on the M30 to the upside. Be marking this support here. So below support, you got some pretty clean traffic. Be a little bit concerned by that previous resistance. Have we tapped in? We have not yet tapped into it. Unless the M30 tells us something different. Yeah, it does. All right, so now I'll just drag this across because that lines up with a support on the M30. And what I would say is there are a few options. Buys above the high upon continuation. Obviously, it's in a big uptrend. It's bullish across the board. You would have the daily, it's got a high, low, high, high. Now, having said that, so buys above. Having said that, if we were to continue bullish, once again, you hear me say this all the time. We should not be breaking support formed at the current daily candles low. If we do so, and begin to pop below the support, which lines up with the 4 hour resistance to the left here at 105.069, then we could be in for a potential pullback at that point there. So I'd be looking for sells below the current daily low, which is this point here, but a little bit below it, below that level, below that support. I'd be looking for those sells. And if we do come back down, now if we create a low low in a daily, which we could potentially do because it does not have much of a low wick, that's fine. I just wanted to respect this level. And if it does, and it forms support above that 105.10, and I get my catalyst within price action, there's many different ways I can go about looking for that catalyst, many different confirmations. I'd look for a buy to take it back up. That would be my analysis on DXY. So hopefully it makes sense. So right now that means it's in the middle, so it's not in an area I want to get involved in a trade. Doesn't mean it's not tradable, but it's just, in my opinion, it's not in the right area to trade it. So that's what I'd be looking at. Franco, G buys at 1.25569. Okay. If below, sell next plane. Yeah, if below, I'd be looking below 105.07. Franco's in G buys. Nice one. All right, you got your 5-minute support. So the limit order would be working just now as well. So if anyone is in a limit order, I would say it gets break even if it begins to break the previous candle's high. Franco's the stop loss below the current candle. Ben's asking. That's where I probably have it too right now. Seeing it's pulled back and tapped into that previous level of resistance to grab that liquidity. Tapping into these highs, the candle to the left. It really has no need now to break its own low. So your stop loss should be right at that point. So yeah, G looks pretty good. So let's watch it. Let's see. Anyone take a limit order buy on GU? Because you'd be getting to about 6 pips once it taps into that level. I'd now be trailing my stop loss to the current candle. And I'd get to break even pretty much now. It's a back, no worries. My pleasure. Honestly, guys, you can throw out pairs at me and I'm happy to have a look. Keeps the stream ticking over as well. Yeah, so if I was in this GU buy, I'd probably be at break even just now. Once again, it's good to see analysis play out even if you're not in it. Appreciate you guys for joining. So if you haven't already, just hit the like button. Again, much appreciated. Starting to get the numbers up there, which is good. And if you haven't subbed, where are we? Are we at 200 just now? We pipped the 200. We have 203. I appreciate you guys. Thank you. That means I'm gonna have to do a giveaway. I'll do it tomorrow. Be on stream. Be on stream for a giveaway. How's that sound? I'll be on a little bit later, as I mentioned tomorrow. I'll be on probably about 30 minutes prior to London Open. So we're getting there, guys. 120 new subs since I've started in the last 2 weeks or so. So happy with that. Onwards and upwards. Next target 500. There we go. There's GU. So yeah, once again, if anyone's in it, you should be at break even. You should be considering securing. And job done. Good to call a trade nonetheless. Well done to Franco as well for bringing it up, the potential option. And there was that limit that I mentioned that you could get in, either that or is it broke. So Franco, you'd be looking good too based off your 5-minute entry. Joseph, what do I think about GJ bias for M30 closes on par or above current M30 candle? It hasn't had a pause, to be honest. I'd rather let it exhaust a bit, because this to me, it suggests exhaustion, but I'd rather see a candle closing back bearish, only for that to be engulfed, and then I trust continuation bias. Right now we're sort of stuck at this previous level consolidation to the left. We've already made a pretty substantial move from this support without any real pullback. That's a pretty much a 50 pip move, which of late is quite a lot for GJ. Like I mentioned before, a lot of these candles have very little volume, guys. They look big, but they've got like 10 to 15 pip max. So not the GJ we usually know from last year when I was again streaming on the other channel. GJ was a beast. Some of these candles were huge. Naveen, how would GJ rise to 193 level? There's potential for it. If you ask me if it's going to do it today, I mean, no one has a crystal ball to know, but it could do it. I think it needs to pop above though 192.40. But who knows? In all honesty, I'd be lying if I said it will. But there is potential for it, of course, but there's also potential for it to reject and come back down. All good, Joseph, no worries. Otterbeck, what do you think? London session, what I think London session's been a struggle, to be honest. I mean, today you got a nice move, but again, just rocketed it up without a low wick. Gold has been consolidating since this move. EU, what's that doing? Made a nice move, bounced off support, nice pullback to support, and nice bounce off the 4-hour. GU, nice one. So guys, if you're not following me on Twitter, it's for free. I do these markups, so you have a little text boxes as to what I'm looking at. It's for free, so the link's in the description below. I don't mark it up, I don't send these markups in daily, I send them in 2 or 3 days a week. But you might as well take advantage of it. Oh. So how many pips would have been on the table from this level? No, it's not right. About 8, almost 9 pips had you taken limit order. Naveen, all good, all good. Let's see this currency strength indicator again. Refresh it and let's have a look what's going on. Still the same. GJ still wants to continue, so do I have an OnlyFans? Always one, or it's usually you, mate. Try to lighten the mood when I go into full serious analysis mode or something. No, I don't. No, I do not. Why should I? What's up? Streaming for live Forex stream. No, what's up? Oh, apologies if I just burst your ear. All right, GJ. Just continuing. That's all right. Nothing I can do about it. Also, not a bad entry on G would have been the break of the 15-minute high. The previous 15. Weak bearish candle. Rejection of that resistance. Likely, once again, like I mentioned before, it's grabbed liquidity from the downside. New candle is likely just to pop up, not really make much of a low wick. You could argue that is low wick. And that is also the 30-minute low wick, so... You're in at break the 15? Oh, nice one. Yeah, it's looking pretty good. Does wig size matter? I don't know. You have to ask the female traders. Does wig size matter? I have to get my girlfriend on the stream and ask her. It doesn't matter. And mind you, she used to trade as well, so not Forex though, crypto. Maybe we can do a dual stream. That'd be interesting. Come on, GU. Up a little bit more. Justin's got a pollution golfer. Oh no, guys, this stream is going to the gutter right now, and I've lost about a quarter of my viewers. Not that wasn't many, but there we go. There's your 10 if you're in for the limit order. Silence fault. Yeah, so there's always someone who starts it. Pollution golfer. I like that one. Oh, I've got these thoughts in my head right now. Imagine being a trading couple, give you a bullish golfer. Oh god. Yep, the stream numbers are dropping. Enough of that. So took partial, nice one. All right, that's good. Coming to the closure of the hourly as well, so it's probably might not be a bad thing. And I would expect the hourly to make a pullback to create a low wick before, if it is to continue, begin to break above the previous count size. So it still looks good for continuation. But yeah, I understand. And we know the volume on GU. I mean, the margin in these candles aren't big. So we'll see. But nice trade nonetheless. And good to see, once again, limit order would have worked. Should have a little trades call thing on the stream. Called a few good ones today. Called one on one on gold earlier, but it's what it is. Not in it. Yeah, so those of you who haven't secured anything, you want this to pop just now, and then if it is to pull back, make that pull back. No, GJ close. We'll continue. Yeah, it could definitely continue, but I'm not be keen chasing it after it hasn't really made any sort of pullback just yet. So that's just me. There we go. GU. Wow. How are you going about this Franco for stop loss management? You trailing your stop? Ben, your trailing stop's candle open. Current candle, nice one. So you're in profit. Yeah, that's the concern. I could pull back, but it's like GJ doesn't have to, because that 2 candles in a row, no low wick, and didn't bother pulling back. Tapping into this level. Yeah, okay, I'd be doing the same. I'd be at break even for sure. You're at break even now? Nice one. So we've got a few different options here. What I was talking about was this on the tap in. That's the entry I would be in. Franco's gone on the 5, so you've gone just there, and Ben has taken this option as a broke 15 high, which is also a good validation. I think all three of them were good entries, in all honesty. Leon B, nice to see you on stream again. Hope you're well. Been a while. Appreciate you joining. I think you stopped before, so thank you for that. Yeah, look at that. Really nice. That's it. Go on. Built for the boys. You're welcome. Nice one. Yeah. Someone accidentally entered silver trade. Why this spread's so high? Oh, instead of gold, you mean? Probably because it's not as liquid. Maybe. TP hit. Nice one. Good work. I'm happy to see it. Happy to hear it. Franco is really changing things. He's unbelievable. I'm really happy to see your progress, man. Been killing it of late. My pleasure. My pleasure. And once again, it's the difference. That's what you get when I coach you guys. I contact you daily. I'm on you to see what's going on. I want to know what you guys are up to. We work on things, work on whatever it is, psychology, trade management, all that stuff. Yeah, so that's GU. So nice one, good work. All right, let's anyway, let's move forward, see what we got on GJ and gold. Leon, happy to be around. We're happy to have you here. All right, so moving forward, GJ, so it's tapping in and it's not respecting any of these levels, path levels to the left, and it looks likely now to potentially retrace this whole move from the news event yesterday. So therefore, personally, I'm not one that looks to buy upon continuation in this sort of circumstance because it's made already. Let's from these lows to the high, it's already pushed over 60 pips. So what I prefer to see is just now, seeing we're at that previous level of consolidation to the left, if we begin to maybe pop above it and start to consolidate a little bit at this point, then begin to pull away from that consolidation. Could be at some point into a new 4-hour candle, so let this 4-hour candle close. It's going to close obviously a very strong bullish candle. And within the new 4-hour candle, you're looking for the pullback to create slow wick, and within that pullback, you're looking for this support to form. A little bit of consolidation as price begins to pull away from it. You're targeting these highs back at around that. What is it? Just under 193, 192.80. That would be a good target around that level there. That's what I'd be looking at on GJ. Now, as for sells, it needs to really exhaust. It needs to actually create a leg down, in my opinion. Like, let it create some move up. If the 4-hour candle opens up and creates its lower wick, pulls back to create a lower high, begins to reject, creates that lower low, that's when I'd probably consider, because it's still technically bearish on the M30. It's still within the previous daily candle's high as well. So you're still looking to the left to say, to ask yourself, where could we potentially pull back to? And this is, like I mentioned, a pretty solid level right now we're at. So that's what I'd be looking at. If the new 4-hour creates a slow wick, pops up to create a lower high, maybe against the current high it's creating, and begins to reject, pop low support formed at the formation of lower wick, that could be a potential sell on GJ. But otherwise, I think you just need to wait for the pullback on new 4-hour to form a support, create slow wick, and look for your buys from either support, or as it breaks the previous 4-hour candle high, you still have clean traffic to the left. Moving on to gold. Analysis, same analysis applies as before. I don't think you're going to get buy options at this point here, just because the way it's consolidating. Still could, but yeah, I mean, highly doubtful. What I prefer to see is, like I mentioned before, the daily has got a small lower wick. It's still created a lower high to the previous daily, which was a pretty strong bearish candle. So below the current daily candle's low, or just above it, we've got a minus support. So if we begin to close below it and pull away from it and start to flip not only the candle bearish, but also break its own low, then I think we're likely going to head down towards 2,328, that sort of level. So I'd be looking for the sells below. Now, as for the buys, if price does pop back below, only to reject and pop back above, that's when I'd start to trade this area just now, because we're making a clean move just now to the downside. So if we do pop back above it though, but once again, I want a candle closing back bullish in this case on the M30. In my opinion, that's what I prefer to see. So 22 minutes to wait, likely might not happen though, to be honest. It could just go, but I wouldn't be forcing it just now. It's just coming from essentially consolidation on the 15-minute. So I don't take trades out of consolidation. I let consolidation trades move away from consolidation, then wait for my confirmation to trade it afterwards. That's what I wait for. GU, nice one. So just let it do its thing, and then look for either rejection this level here or pull back to buy it from support. And NAS, quickly, absolutely nothing. So it's done the exact same level as when I started stream. Potential sells if it eventually makes a nice drop below support at this point here, below the 4-hour resistance. I would now consider buying it a bit lower down. If it taps into 1800 psychological round number and respects it, soon we continue to pop back above it. So I think it could be buy options above that if you get the right confirmation to do so. Further buys above the 4-hour support 18085. I think that's about it. Naveen, true. I think this will push to 192.90. I think there is a chance it can, yes. But again, we'll have to wait and see. So that's about it, guys. Good stream today. I think really good stream. Small loss on GJ, very well managed. We called a nice win on gold sells. We called a nice win on GU. So a lot there, a lot of education in between. If you haven't already, please do hit the like button on the way up. And once again, if you'd like to know anything more about the services I provide, links are all down in the description below. Make sure to follow me on IG for all updates, TikTok for some educational content, and Twitter for the chart markups and for some educational content as well. So there's plenty there for you guys. Appreciate the support. Still with GU, trailing stop. Nice one. 1 minute. Good work, man. Happy to hear it. All good. Sharif, Franco, all you guys, appreciate you. Be on the lookout for my update, and I'll catch you guys tomorrow from around 7:30 a.m. UK time. Till then, cheers. Bye for now.
you.